Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And fuck our champions! Good on Pepe! Goal!
It doesn't get any better than that.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Roosevelt Island, match day 7 of the APSL Metropolitan Conference, where Schneider will host top of the table New York Greek Americans. Their 6th league game, however, it is match day 7, their 6th league game for both of these two sides, as this midweek fixture is a result of cup matchups that they have to partake in. Schneider most recently against Answers and Doxa on this very field, and so to the New York Greek Americans in their very interesting and very impressive matchup against New York Renegades. They unfortunately fell short in that one in the US Open Cup qualifiers. Let's begin with Schneider, who, like we said, have won 3 games in a row, including a 7-3 win in overtime. Yes, you heard that right, 7-3 final score overtime against Answers, a US Open Cup qualifying match on this very field, down 3-1 with about 10 or so minutes and a miraculous recovery and 4 unanswered goals in overtime, followed by their next cup win, a 2-win victory over Doxa on this very pitch at Roosevelt Island. Of course, it is a very pivotal match for both these sides. For Zoom, they could take them up to 5th and or 6th place with 3 points here. The New York Greek Americans, on the other hand, top of the table as we approach the month of November. 5 out of 5 wins in the league, a perfect, immaculate start for the Greek side. We'll play Leros on Sunday, so very important 90 minutes of action here before their match against Leros. And said on that Super Sunday, Pan Cyprians will also take on Lansdowne Boys, so possible shake-up at the top. They do have a couple points difference in the top of the table. We can say that yesterday the Pan Cyprian Freedoms defeated Doxa in Queen's College with a scoreline of 4-1. So a supreme 3 points on the cards today for both sides for different reasons. Of course, the top 4, we remind you, make the playoffs. That might be in the minds of Zoom, of course, but a win can take them into 5th and or 6th place, 5th tied with New York International coming in to next weekend's matches, as the two sides have entered the pitch. Schneider will be sporting their pink top and white shorts, white socks. And for Greek Americans, their classic all blue kit. Holtz will begin at center back with the captain Onshu. Jason Lee at fullback, show to Bastian, that is their back four. A deputy in the goal for Schneider. First time I'm covering him live. Giancarlo Perez, the very outstanding goalkeeper who we've seen in previous streams featuring for Kids Super Samba. He will wear the goalkeeper's luminous light green and play between the sticks today for Schneider. Dennis Koch in the starting 11. So to Marconi, we'll just rattle off the starting 11 once the match begins, but they will possibly line up in a 4-2-3-1, very flexible system, flexible rotation, and given their impressive last couple of results, in good mood to play the league leaders today in the APSL Metropolitan Conference. So Margot from the start for New York Greek Americans, so to Daniel Bedoya. Kubas, from what it looks like, will line up on the right hand side. We'll see their system in due course. Of course, we always mention this pre-match in this field here at Roosevelt Island. quite smaller to those of the likes that the other side's home grounds in this Metropolitan Conference. In circumference, a bit smaller than the stadium at Hofstra and the stadium at Belsen Stadium, but nonetheless we are underway here at Roosevelt Island. First possession for Zoom Schneider, who will begin attacking from left to right with their right fullback in possession. Rubik, who has played at right fullback, will line up in the right wing to begin the game here. Here he is, nodding it down to Dennis Koch. Sabal at center back for Greek Americans. A long floated ball to the right hand side. Daniel Bedoya teases one into the area, and Samargo's first involvement, a header which bounces comfortably into the arms of Giancarlo Perez. Richard Bastien to take to his advanced midfielder in Grubic. Ball all the way back to Isa, who is in the goalpost for the New York Greek Americans. Right, playing possibly the sixth role for New York Greek Americans, with, from what it looks like, Perinelli lining up in the left fullback. Perinelli, who sometimes plays a part of the three in the middle of midfield for the New York Greek Americans. We'll just see if the system is different, or there's a differentiation in and out of possession. Maybe he could invert and play as an extra midfielder, as we've seen that concept occurring as the fullbacks tuck in, to just have an extra number in the middle of midfield. But from what it looks like, right in the six, and Puig and Daniel Bedoya in advanced midfield, in the advanced midfield triplet. Here's their captain, who floats one over the top to Samargo. Risen flag. Back with the German Tom Holch. Glenn Gentle with a first involvement. Glenn Gentle, who's lined up on the left-hand side. Very important player for Zoom Schneider. Just needing a bit of coordination there was the goalkeeper, Giancarlo Perez, to bring the ball into his area and collect. Bastien, Diego Silva first time. Perinelli. A couple of touches from Pinto, who's here pressing the ball, and Perinelli goes backwards to Sabal from center back. Perinelli backwards to his goalkeeper. Towards Samargo. Holtz beats him to it. And a free kick on Robinson. With the number 10 on his back, playing at right full back. Perinelli into the night sky. Rio Coiso with a flick and tried to find one of his teammates. Puig forced back. Sabal further back to Isa. Really not a press on from Zoom Schneider, just trying to keep their lines nice and compact with Marconi and Dennis Koch, who's playing just behind the number 9. There's a free kick just above the halfway line. Quickly taken by Bedoya with some urgency. Bedoya reverses to Puig. Cut from the byline, comfortable for Perez, who will try to locate Gentle on the turn. Atterkamp from center back as well, partnering Sabal. Bedoya, line splitting to Perinelli, who has popped up in a midfield position from left full back, but we were mentioning that this exposes some space in behind for Grubic. Boris Grubic has some space, serves it to the penalty area. Glenn Gentle controls, saved in the end by Isa, but a whistle had gone for a possible handball, I believe, as the first control. Greeks trying to build out from the back now. Diego Silva thought about maybe just playing the ball out as Bedoya is slowly getting up to his feet, but they can retain the possession now. Silva, Grubic, Marconi around the corner to Dennis Koch, who can't connect onto that one. Perinelli to take the throw in towards Margot, who maybe just got a little touch on it to find Bedoya. Sprays it out to the right hand side. Third man run towards Kubas, stood up by Holch. Kubas gets his cross in, overhit for the first instance and needing some defensive cover from Diego Silva. Silva clips it. Diego Silva on the turn. Finds some space to Holch from centre back. Corso. Towards Glenn Gentle, who certainly has a rapid sprint, and that maybe the ball in behind is an effective route towards Glenn Gentle, who we've seen also score some very important goals for Zoom Schneider. He, I remind you, was the one that delivered the assist to Drizzy on the day in their very big win against the Canterbury Freedoms. Here he is in possession, Glenn Gentle. Driving, reversing towards Marconi. Speaking of the Canterbury Freedoms yesterday, victorious with a score of 4-1 over Doxa in a Hellenic derby. Speaking of which, let's just see this action first. As Bastien, it will be pulled back for a free kick on Somargo as they prepare to deliver side free kick. Speaking of Hellenic derbies, the next match for the New York Greek Americans is against Leros, a very important match there, 2 Greek sides of course, on Sunday, the same day that the New York Prince Cyprians will take on Lansdowne Yonkers. So very big 3 points on the cards today for both of these sides for their quest to remain undefeated, the Greek Americans. And like we mentioned in the pre-match, if Zoom Schneider can find the 3 points here, they will jump up a couple places. Quickly taken from Bedoya, teased in, cleared away. The second ball will fall to a blue shirt, that being Margo, who tries to wrap his foot around it. Quick distribution from Perez, which has that lovely quick side winding volley with immaculate precision. We've seen a couple of years now in fields that we cover here on Game in Frame. The ex Super Samba goalkeeper. Right, first time. Koiso, Marconi, shielding Grubic, Rio Koiso. No free kick given. Greek Americans can transition now. Trying that right hand side again through energetic work from the winger, and couldn't find Margo as Giancarlo Perez had to plunge to intercept. Grubic, Holtz, Diego Silva. Gentle has just stayed wide to receive the ball, and now will connect with his center midfielder, so more to the Japanese midfielder in Koiso. Back to the number 8. Tries to find Marconi, who's dropped in. Grubic. Dennis Koch. Flick towards Marconi. Cut out smartly by the captain. Greeks can transition now. So Margo stood up by Bastien. A runner in behind. Clever little run from Pinto, but just a bit overhit. Holtz. Onchu, the captain for Zoom Schneider. Holtz's partner at center back. Has some defending to do here. A little necessary touch, forcing Margo wide, who will redeliver, and awkwardly in the end sprawled out for a corner kick. There's a man down on the penalty spot, but good piece of goalkeeping from Perez, who very difficult in that moment to the whistle for the ensuing corner kick now. Bedoya, goalkeeper applies knuckles to it. It falls to Puig on the top of the box, who lashes over. Just the correction of the Greek Americans in the starting 11. It's not Perinelli at the left full back, actually. So apologies for that. Maybe Greeks called offside in this situation. But Doya with some space. Little flick with the outside of the foot. Deflecting and out of play for a throw-in. Robinson will float to the second post. Bastien standing up his man, rework to the second post again. Just be careful there as Marconi had to just wish that ball was a little bit more under hit as Isa came out to collect on the circumference of his area. Pinto with a run off the back shoulder. Very fluid movement from Pinto and Cubas, the two wingers in behind. Onchu wants some movement ahead of him. Gentle has popped up in a centre forward position, but the ball didn't find him. But Doya devilishly in, it falls to the second post. Half clearance. Right. Back to Pinto, can take on his man 1v1. Step over, byline. And off Pinto last, good bit of defending from Bastien. Pulse. Onchu. Dennis Koch dropping between the lines. Marconi can let it trickle out. He'll quickly take it. Grubic. No flag. Through on goal. Now a late risen flag. Good tempo to the game, back and forth. Of course, it is a smaller field, so the transitions are very critical when teams are numerically in position to transition in a swift nature. And also these diagonals from deep are a source. We've seen it work a couple of times. So Margo with the goalkeeper off his line, lobs and opens the scoring for the Greeks. Brian Somargo with a delicate lob over the onrushing Giancarlo Perez, who decided to come out and left some space for Somargo to lob. 1-0 to the Greeks. Puig is a goal scorer. Flick. Bedoya to the advancing fullback. Low service. Holch has to clear. Greeks have picked it up a notch as we're about 20 minutes in. They found their opening goal through their centre forward. Had a play for a throw-in. Of course, today's Game in Frame broadcast is presented by Umbro, celebrating more than 100 years of football. Learn more at umbropremier.com. Another throw-in. Puig into the air. Koiso. Holch. To the goalkeeper, who's just about got away with it. However, the press is still on from the Greek Americans. Puig low. It needs a sufficient clearance. It gets it not so eloquently, and it's going to come back if they can find some service. They will towards Margot, who's playing with back to goal, gets a shot off, and goal averted, but the corner kick is the outcome. Bedoya again over the dead ball. Hand risen. And very adept header at the first post. All the money was the delicate delivery from Daniel Bedoya. And that's certainly a source for the Greek Americans with a man of so much quality. Daniel Bedoya can serve set pieces to that nature. It can cause a problem to the opposing defense. It remains at 1-0 here. So Margot dragging wide from centre forward. Pinto, who's in field. Bedoya has found some space on the left hand side if they can switch, but good pressure from Zoom. They have to just find their feet a bit and try to connect forwards. Grubic. Diego Silva. Good work from the center midfielder to link the play. Holch can drive into some space now. Diagonal towards Grubic. Beaten to it in the air. Bedoya. Wins a free kick. Kubas can take on his man. He did so. And first award is a free kick, and the second is the yellow card that was brandished. Zoom's first. Bedoya again over the set piece. The captain Trying to find some space on the second post. Bedoya teases it in. Sabal flung his head to it. Bedoya again, flat to the first post. Cleared in 2 attempts, allowing Marconi to try to connect something here, win a throw-in. He'll do the next best thing, which is to win his side a throw-in. Bit isolated, but good center forward play to just win that throw-in there and allow his team to get up the pitch a bit. Bastian. Rubic can just about try to keep it in play. However, the centre back and captain coming across to shepherd it out into touch. Robinson. Towards Puig. Right. Sabal. Bedoya deep. Marconi on the press. Bedoya has to go to the sure, you have his captain. They can move it from left to right now. Puig, very fluid midfield three. Puig, Bedoya, and Wright, who's mostly playing in the 6, but very fluid movement of the front 5, if you'd like, for the Greek Americans. Causing a bit of trouble so far to the Zoom defense here is Wright. Lovely way to pass. Goalkeeper coming a long way off his line. Good decision to clear lines. It'll find Glenn Gentle. Silva on the turn. Coke was an option, but Gentle. Marconi goes down. Robinson has just some time to assess the options. Wants to go backwards. Clever little turn. So Margot, who is offside. Perez will float. Sabal wins the first. The second falls to Coke. Right. Intercepts. Kubas. First time. So Margot. Pinto. Low. And the sprawling attempt for Giancarlo Perez to keep that out and also retain it from going out into another set piece for the Greek Americans. Grubik, Bedoya's flick. Pinto again testing that byline and tested it to perfect example as Somargo at the double. Clever little run at the first post and a one-time finish from their center forward. Greek American double their lead. Somargo also finding his second. Good bit of winger wizardry from Pinto, who asked for the byline, got his service in, and located his center forward. Onchu. Diego Silva. Grubic. Silva, gentle, was just angling his body to be onside. Wanted a little clipped ball over the top. He'll get it now, but Sabal was underneath it. Kubas. Robinson. Back to goalkeeper Asia. Oberaka advancing from left full back and will make a secondary run to latch onto Somargo's flick. Here's the fullback trying to cut it to Puig. Koiso was there to clear lines. Bedoya sprays it to the left-hand side. Obrock. Back to his captain. Bedoya, neat first touch. There's the fullback who can advance now. 1-2 with Bedoya. Koiso on the press. Cole forces possession backwards. Right. Bastien pokes that out into touch. Kubas. Robinson, first time service. Not so awkward in the end as the deflection aided Perez. He tried to find Marconi swiftly. Bastien. Koiso. Free kick. Of course, guys, stay tuned for more Game and Frame action. A big day on Sunday in the APSL Metropolitan Conference specifically. New York International will take on Hoboken at 4 p.m. as that pass is overhit. Comfortable for the Greek American goalkeeper to come out to collect. And the big match live here on Game and Frame. The New York Pan Cyprians will take on Lansdowne Yonkers at 6 p.m. at Belson Stadium. So to the other match, of course, that we mentioned, that Hellenic Derby, the Greek Americans who we see here in possession, will take on Leros, that too on Sunday. So very important day on Sunday for these sides. Kubas. Bedoya on the overlap. Kubas dancing infield. Bedoya's little flick. Kubas again, standing it up, and Puig threw a boot at it. Onchu finds Koiso. Bastien. Grubic, free kick. This ball clears out into touch. Gentle, thinking of a quick restart. Finds Koiso. Press in the end, but ball will trickle out for a Aisa goal kick. About 8 minutes left in this first half. Just so the referee just to confirm. Bedoya direct. Cross field. Pinto's first touch. Bedoya. Pinto. Around Pinto. Brave goalkeeping. And a smother from Perez. Bedoya to the heart of the area. He can reload. Deflected off Bastien. Another set piece. Most of the man services have been in a very dangerous area, so we have to clear lines here. Header came in, but over the bar. Paris tries to find Gentle. Kubas. Obrak will try one. Gentle. Bedoya on the turn. Wants to play the short pass to his fullback. To get it back, and they can just articulate a bit of possession here. 2 goals to the good through. A double from Samargo. Flag is down. Clipped service towards Samargo. Bastien has to be careful and will have a touch and clear. About 5 minutes left in this first half, in which the Greeks have found 2 goals through this man. Samargo, who finds Bedoya, who sprays a pass to the fullback, who's marauding forward. Onchu's clearance. Right has found some space for the 1 and the possible 2, but Pinto goes infield, will curl one. Good shape to it, but right behind it was Giancarlo Perez. Bedoya slotted into left back for the moment as Obarak was in the middle of midfield in that transition, but Zoom can try to build something from the back now. Bastien. Marconi. Puig. Samargo. A couple of awkward deflections. And that'll be deflection to aid Zoom Schneider to have the possession. Bastien. Bedoya. Kubas. Lovely little footwork from the winger who's driving infield. Quickly risen flag, but a neat idea and a thumbs up from Samargo. He liked that little clever ball in behind. However, he was beyond the last line. Good line in the end from Zoom Schneider. Nonetheless, the ball trickled back to the goalkeeper, who has the possession here. Will lift towards the left-hand side. Left by Pinto, and all the way out of play. Obarak will just take a second or two and let Pinto reshuffle and restructure himself. Feels about handball. Grubic in field. Gentle. Pass was for Gentle, but once again overhit and out into touch. If Zoom can just string a couple of minutes of good possession here, that can possibly give them a little bit of momentum going into the second half. Yes, they trail by 2 goals, but moments before the halftime whistle is very important for, of course, both sides. They also have to be just correct defensively in the next minutes to go to halftime and to maybe have a rethink and a team talk. But so far, 2-0 to the good for the New York Greek Americans away from home. Captain will just go sideways to Sabal. Bedoya. Samargo was a couple of steps below the ball, so he couldn't flick onto it. Marconi beaten to it. Pinto. Centre back is continuing his movement forward. Pinto, clever footwork. Pinto driving, curling. Last minute or so here in this first half at Roosevelt Island. Grubic. Smart run from Marconi. See some substitutes warming up for Zoom Schneider. Maybe we'll have a change at halftime, but the notion is still here as maybe one last attack for Zoom Schneider to find find the goal. I guess Sear will just do the sure thing and not pick it up there. Maybe a question could have been asked for a back pass. I don't think so, but nonetheless showed good footwork to clear the line and receive the ball. And that is the halftime whistle. Greek Americans finding 2 goals through their centre forward Brian Samargo. They lead at halftime 2-0 over Zoom Schneider here at Roosevelt Island. Stay tuned for the second half.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group trips from start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Welcome back, guys. Second half kickoff imminent here at Roosevelt Island. Greek Americans in the lead. 2-0 to the good through a brace from their center forward and talisman, Samargo. I believe Zoom Schneider have made a couple of substitutions at half. We'll get to that in due course. Andrade at center back has entered. I believe Marconi has gone off as well. That means Dennis Koch will now lead the lines. So to Sully Cornell with the number 12 in the midfield. Simply a double change. I do still see some players limbering up on the side for Zoom Schneider. So a couple substitutes at half. Trying something different perhaps. Here's one of them, Cornell. Gentle. First time. Kubas. Thick 50-50 wins the second. And
Why is that a yellow card? Have you ever played football? Come on.
and a yellow card.
Sonny, I talked to you. You don't talk to him.
For Cornell, who just has come on. So what we can say as well is Holch has gone off. So to Marconi. So Andrade and Cornell, who is in the book and in possession now. I believe the rest are the same from the first half. Gentle still on this left-hand side. Actually, believe Holch has gone to the left back. Indeed, so Lee has gone off and Holch has gone to the left back. That's the change now that I just have confirmed it. So Holch from center back at the left back. Goalkeeper has to be careful there. Aisha. Good beginning from Zoom Schneider. Exactly what was needed from their persuasion. Now have to try to find a solution to get back into this game. They do have the quality on board here. Gentle to Onchu. Holbrook will get his team up the pitch and lace his left foot through it. So Margot trying to spin the captain. So Margot, Cornell on his back. Robinson, Bedoya. Back to the fullback. Teases it over to Pinto, who spins neatly. Pinto will fall back to the number 7. Has Kubas behind him. Cushions it to Kubas. Diego Silva's pass finds Gentle. Cornell. Free kick. Holch
Oh no, Jason. And I take you out at halftime? I never take him out at halftime.
No, you can't do it now. You took me out.
Cornell. Koch. Kubas has to turn away from the press. Drive into some space, a little tug on his arm. Bedoya gentle, Koiso. Bedoya in a duel. Puig, Holtz. Gentle. Robinson. Kubas reversing to the fullback who's advanced. Stood up by Andrade. And Andrade just get back in time to put a foot in. Bedoya, who will take this set piece, of course, delivered some very promising ones with in swing. Maybe he'll try a left-footed in swinger now. He is right-footed, I can tell you that. Served the beauty in, and that's the third goal. Daniel Bedoya's quality once again from the set piece. Whipped it in with his weak foot. Apparently not so weak, but a delicate delivery from Bedoya, and a final touch in that cluster in the 6-yard area. 3-0 to the good for the New York Greek Americans. Bedoya's quality on the cards there. Free kick. Holtz. Andrade. Gentle. Silva wins the possession. Kubas. Try to spin around the corner. Will run out of pitch. Samargo has the overlap from Pinto. Unselfish for the fourth, but a good save in the end from Giancarlo Perez. Bedoya will try a quicker routine this time. Kubas jinking, teasing. Obarak, risen flag. There's a clearance in the end. Goalkeeper is just hunched over on his knees at the moment. Cornell. Koiso. Right. Line splitting. Double deflection, Holtz. Koiso to Gentle. First touch and a second neat one. Gentle twisting, finding his midfielder. Slowly Cornell spreads it to Onchu. Bastian. Andrade. Gentle. Too much for Holtz. Aysat. He's a long way off his goal, but Robinson in the end won a free kick to clear that possible sense of danger. Camp will float it to Samargo. Pinto's onside. Couple runners arriving late. Pinto towards Samargo, who's on a hat trick. Not this time. Gentle first time, but to the wrong side of Koiso's movement. Bedoya with the outside of the foot to Kubas. Bedoya, Andrade falls to right. Kubas. Bedoya on the top of the box. Dispossessed, Gentle. Back to help out the defense. The clearance will just fall to the halfway line and the Greeks can try to build again. Sabal. Greeks are preparing some substitutions, and it'll be a good time to do it, as we remind you they do have a very important game on Sunday. I see McVeigh just taking off his tracksuit to possibly be in the queue of the substitutes. So to McCann, but we'll get to that as they are introduced. Bedoya, see, maybe he will be one of the players replaced. Why not possibly for the Greeks keep him as fresh as possible for Sunday's big fixture. Holtz. Can Zoom find one back through Gentle, who puts a good press in the end to win inside a corner kick. Will this be the route for Zoom to find their first goal of the evening? Andrade entering the area. Certainly a tall presence. Substitute also incoming for Zoom. The incoming in-swinging corner to the second post. Holtz appeals for a pull on the German defender. Substitution rather first for Zoom Schneider. Going to be a double substitution. Jason Budai will replace Koch, and Tyler Schwabi will replace Diego Silva, from what it looks like. So Koch off, Silva off, on Jason Budai and Tyler Schwabi. Pinto with more running and ambition to ask questions in the final third. Finds his opposite winger, Kubas. Flat cutback. Here is the substitute, Budai's first touch. Completed pass to Gentle. Cornell. Rubik. Advancing is the fullback, but can't latch onto it. So far, no substitutions for the Greeks. They still are being prepared. Doya beaten to it by Gentle. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, teammates at Braveheart in the UPSL. So maybe a familiarity with their opposition, the opposing game service. Captain pops it into the night sky. Dangerous little ricochet, but cleaned up by Oberak. So Margot connects with Pinto. Flick around the corner from Bedoya. Pinto infield. Will spray it to Kubas. Soon getting numbers behind the ball. Finding a pocket to receive is Bedoya. Robinson. Jason Budai has gone in the number 9 role with Swabi playing in behind him. Koch began the game at centre forward as the 10. As Marconi began the game at centre forward. Koch played some minutes in the number 9 as Marconi was substituted at halftime. But now it's going to be Budai and Swabi as the 9 and the 10. Gentle. Thumping clearance from the goalkeeper. From one goalkeeper to eventually the other, with a helping touch in the end from Robinson. So Margot. Robinson is asking a question of the goalkeeper, who controls and pirouettes lovely and connects his pass. Lovely bit of composure from Giancarlo Perez there. Kubas. Puig is demanding for the ball. Will stay onside. Early service off Andrade. Finds Holtz. Had a play for a throw-in, which will allow the substitutes to Sabal off. So to Samargo, who had a chance for the hat-trick, will be replaced by McVeigh, who will lead the line. So 2 substitutes for the New York Greek Americans. Meaning possibly that Oberak will slot into center back. Schwabi. Gentle. Koiso. Runners left and right, wanted to go right. Puig. Bedoy, who has remained on the field. So to Pinto, Cubas, and right. So slight alteration at the defense, with, like we said, Oberak sliding next to the captain now. Left-footed player will, of course, play on the left side of the 2 center backs. And McVeigh will take his customary position at center forward. Cubas. Infield towards Pinto, who will exchange to the left. Bedoya picking up an interesting position again. A little feint. Right. Cubas. Driving onto the left foot. Pinto tries it with his left this time, forcing some urgent action from Perez. Fullback will just connect the play. Of course, guys, today's Game and Frame broadcast is presented by Umbro, celebrating more than 100 years of football. Learn more at umbropremier.com. Bastien, pressed, dispossessed. As a flag is risen. Belief for offside. Before that little coming together there, so Zoom will have a free kick 5 or so yards outside of their 18. Koiso. Greek Americans still haven't introduced Parinelli in this match. Maybe due to the circumstance now, they will allow him to have a breather for their next endeavor against, like we said, Leros. McVeigh's first involvement, forced wide, has a runner behind him if he could check the ball. Stumbled and Andrade won the possession off him. A triplet of substitutions being prepared for Greek Americans. Another teasing ball will be reworked and shuffled neatly into the net for the Greeks. As now their substitutes can hop off the bench. Little confusion as who was going to come off for the Greeks. Robinson actually had taken off his top. He possibly thought his night was done. The answer is no. Wright has come off. McCann has come on. Quite difficult job for the commentator this to see who and where the slew of substitutions will go in. Pinto has come off, who's had a very impressive game. De Oliveira for Zoom will replace Grubic. I believe one more substitution for the Greek Americans. We'll just have a quick double check of that. Anderson it is, with the number 20 at right full back, which means Robinson maybe will have to slot in at center back. A little mix and match for the New York Greek Americans, understandable in this situation. McCann is playing in the middle of midfield. Whistle. About 20 minutes left in this match here for these two sides. Greek Americans in sole position to go 6 for 6 in league play, and immaculate start to their APSL Metro season. Zoom will have a free kick, an awkward one, but goalkeeper out to collect before Andrade. Side volley with precision to Marku, who's also leapt in from the bench. Marku, little very important touch from Onchu. Holch. Gentle. Can drive. Will reverse towards the center forward who bypasses the goalie. Tight angle. Cuts onto his right foot. Tries to find Schwabi, who found some space in the outskirts of the area. Koiso. De Oliveira. McVeigh can take on his defender, wait for options. Bedoya. Anderson indeed is at right full back, so Robinson at centre back. Offside, Risen. Robinson. McCann. Gentle, last touch off Robinson. Holch, Schwabi on the spin. Thought about trying to take a shot with his left foot. De Oliveira, first time with his left foot. I'm preparing one more change. McCann. Koiso, who I believe is about to be replaced. Gentle. Gentle with a strike which required a low save from Isa. Back to the goalkeeper. McCann to Puig. Cubas. McCann, McVeigh, offside. Koiso indeed is going to be replaced by, I believe, Zoom's last substitute on the bench. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe Ben Hamu as well. So Rio Koiso off and shorts on. Maybe Ben Hamu as well, who we've actually seen deputize in goal under circumstance, that is. A little pressure. And the whistle. Indeed, it is going to be Ben Hamu, so maybe Zoom do have one more card in the deck to play from the substitutes bench, that being Ben Hamu. Puig maybe a bit lucky to escape the yellow there as he kicked the ball away. Bastian. Onchu. Can Zoom find one goal to say that they had a final product in the attacking third? Have created some half chances in the second half. So far haven't beaten the goalkeeper between the New York Greek American goal posts. Kubas. Bedoya was asking for the ball. It will fall to McVeigh. Checks his run. McCann floats it to the second post where Marco was lurking.
Probably like 2 or 3.
And final substitution for Zoom Schneider. Gentle will come off for Ben Hamu. Kubas. Dancing infield. McVeigh is onside. Anderson checks it to his left foot. Now will fling one in with his right, and out to collect is Perez. Will quickly distribute to center forward in the center back. And Hamu's first involvement. And yellow card for Ben Hamu. Who was quickly apologetic, has to be said. Nonetheless, in the book. Schwabi dispossessed. McVeigh whistle. Of course, guys, stay tuned for more game and frame action this Sunday. New York International will take on Hoboken at 4 p.m. in this very APSL Metropolitan Conference matchup. So too the big game of what's turning out to be a Super Sunday in this division. The Pan Cyprian Freedoms will take on Lansdowne Yonkers live here on Game and Frame 6 p.m. kickoff at St. John's. And as well, one little parenthesis, an important matchup for Leros and the New York Greek Americans, who will also duel in a Hellenic derby. Speaking of Hellenic derbies, just yesterday the Pan Cyprian Freedoms defeated Doxa with a score of 4-1. Ben Hamu. 10 minutes left in this matchup here. Very, has to be said, difficult. These late midweek matchups. A tongue twister, but of course it is due to both of these sides actually playing some very important cup matchups. Schneider, I believe, will take on Met Oval U23 in the next round of the US Open Cup qualifying. So a very big cup matchup in the cards for them, as they defeated Doxa and Sotu Onser in a hectic game here with a final score of 7-3 in overtime. So some important cup matchups on the cards for Zoom Schneider. But Sotu can also try to bounce back next league game, find the win and try to climb up some standings in the roster. McVeigh on the left foot, double deflection. Perez has to plunge to collect it from trickling out for a corner kick. There's the substitute shots. Goalkeeper to the circumference of his area and will collect. Kubas on the turn. Anderson. No need to force now. Can just keep the possession. McCann has to stretch, finds Bedoya. Bedoya's grass cutter to Robinson. McCann. McVeigh is onside. McVeigh lashes for 5. Line splitting from McCann and a final touch from McVeigh. Charts to Bastien. Into the space of the center forward, who's asking a question. Shot with the left foot deflected, still in his possession. Robinson will just assess the situation. McCann to McVeigh, the last combination for Greek Americans' 5th goal. Shub can get one back here. Delayed. Maybe the cutback was on for Budai, who had some space on the in the penalty area. Coronel maybe tried to find a space at the near post, which was well covered by Isa. Puig. Kubas. Explosive running. Risen flag on the advancing fullback Anderson. Cornell. And Bastian can't retrieve that. Not sure if we will have any stoppage time. So maybe some last minutes here. Can Zoom finish strong with a goal of their own in this matchup? Or can the Greeks find a sixth? Marku overlap from the fullback. Anderson will clip it. Only finding the hands of Perez, who's certainly showed an array of distribution. Side volleys, this half volley now. Certainly a very adept goalkeeper with his distribution. This quick restart, which is very important for goalkeepers in this modern age. He certainly checks that box. Puig. Anderson. Then Hamu gets a piece of it. Continuing his press, gets a nibble on it. Swabi has a runner to his right. Pass was intended for Swabi again. McCann breaks the line too. Very impressive. Kubas. McVeigh, who's on the score sheet. The run took away a man, but Kubas couldn't find a teammate. Ben Hamu back to his captain. Onju. Coronel. Bastian from right full back. De Oliveira. Really a press on from the Greeks now. McVeigh will go over to press Perez. Andrade using his strength, but just pass loose. Or pass to McVeigh, who's onside. McVeigh for a second drags this one wide. Swabi, whose first touch is about a minute or so left. I'm not exactly sure if we will have any stoppage time. So maybe a last minute or so. Zoom on the attack. Pirouette, a snapshot comes in, and Isa will keep his clean sheet. Credit to Zoom for trying and continuing to push for that goal. Isa needing to plunge on his first post to deny the substitute Jason Budai's snapshot. Budai has certainly helped, as that is the final whistle here at Roosevelt Island. Victorious night for the New York Greek Americans in an away fixture here at Roosevelt Island. Final score 5-0 for the New York Greek Americans, with 2 goals coming from Brian Samargo in the first half and a couple more in the second. Final score, thank you guys for tuning in here live on Game and Frame. Final score, New York Greek Americans 5, Zoom Schneider 0. Thank you all and have a good night.
From soccer fields across the USA to the legendary stadiums of Spain and Portugal, for 40 years, Petrobax has been the go-to expert for group travel to Spain and Portugal. We organize soccer group start to finish, flights, hotels, transportation, and guided tours, all perfectly coordinated by our experienced team. Your trip can include attending La Liga and Portuguese Primeira Liga games, matches against local teams, pro training sessions, and even tournaments. As true experts in Spain and Portugal, we'll ensure you also experience the rich history, vibrant culture, and incredible food these countries are famous for. Celebrating 40 years of crafting unforgettable journeys to Spain and Portugal. Petrobax, your team, your passion, your trip to Spain and Portugal starts here.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.